Good morning, everyone. Uh, Today we are going to learn about the class 8 science. So, today onwards, we are starting for the 8th standard class. The main subject that is the science. Nowadays, all of you know that online classes are going on. So, this will be help for you to understand each and every concept which is related with our chapters, and basically whatever the things are present here with each and every word which is present in the book. So there are total 18 chapters are there, so side by side we will cover these chapters in some parts. So how many will be there I don't know, but I will cover it very well. So today we are going to start our first chapter, that is the nutrition in plants. So that is the nutrition in the plants. So all of you know that in standard 6 already we have learned about that whatever the food we are needed, then how that plants are preparing their own food, then each and every organism living things are required the food material for their own growth and for their life. So in this chapter, whatever the nutrition is present in the plants, how they are preparing, actually what is the process of that preparation, each and everything we are going to see. So start this chapter. In class 6 you learned that food is essential for all living organisms. So all of us know that each and every living organism is required the food material. You also learned that the carbohydrate, proteins, fats, vitamins and the minerals are the components of the food. So you know very well whatever the food every day we are taking, that means whatever you are taking, rice, chapati, then different types of the vegetables, oils, then fats, that means milk, egg, meat, fish, etc. From that, whatever the main content of that food material it is present, that is called as the component. And these components are mostly are of the 6 types: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, fibers, etc. So these components are mostly called as the nutrients. So what is the definition of the nutrient? The components like carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins, minerals and fibers are called as the nutrient, which are very essential for our body. So these are called as the nutrients. So all living organisms require the food material. Obviously, it is important. Plants can make the food for themselves, but animals, including humans, cannot. So all of you know that plants are preparing their own food with the help of the what? Carbohydrates? No, carbon dioxide, water, and the sunlight. Correct. So this is the main component, we can say that, for the preparation of the plant food. So you know very well the plants are preparing their own food, but humans cannot prepare their own food. One of the reason, maybe you can tell me what that means. The plants are having the chlorophyll, that is the main component for the preparation of the food in the plant, which is absent in the human beings and the animals. So plants can prepare their own food, but humans and animals cannot. So from where they get food? So they get it from plants or animals that eat the plants. So humans and the animals are mostly depends on the plants, or sometimes we can say that on animals also. So thus the humans and the animals are directly or indirectly depends on the plants. Correct? No? Okay. Then mode of the nutrition in the plants. What is the mode of the nutrition in the plants? What they are taking? We have to see here. The plants are the only organism that can prepare the food for themselves by using the water, carbon dioxide, minerals, and the most important, that is the sunlight. The raw materials are present in their surrounding. That means whatever the raw materials, we can say that which they are taking from the soil, from the air, etc. The nutrients enable living organisms to build their bodies to grow. See what they are saying, that the nutrients are enable living organism to build their bodies to grow, repair damaged part of their bodies, and provide the energy to carry out the life processes. Correct? No. So what is that the meaning? What is mean by the nutrients? What is mean by the nutrition? We have to see here. And what is the important of these nutrients? So these are helping these nutrients. Which nutrients? Carbohydrates, fats, proteins, fibers, etc., which are helping to build our body, to grow our body, to repair the any whatever the damage it is present in our parts of the body, and provide the energy. That means whatever the work we are doing every day, whatever the things we are doing, and energy is required. No, so for that energy, these nutrients are really important. So these are the nutrients, but whatever the nutrients we are taking for our these all types of the activities, that mode of the food, taking of the food by the organism, it is called as the nutrition. So what is the definition of the nutrition? Nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. Then what is the nutrition? We can say that now the mode of taking of the food by the organism. That means how they are taking that, in which form they are taking, and how they are using. That is called as the nutrition. The mode of nutrition in which the organisms make food themselves from the simple substances is called as the autotrophic. What is the meaning of this autotrophic now? Atom is automatically, self, themselves. Then trophos means what means? The nourishment. Autotrophic means themselves. They are preparing their own food. That means they are not dependent on the other things. So these are known as the autotrophic. In simple words, what we can say, that the organisms which make their own food, that means themselves they are making that, so these are called as the autotrophic. That is called as the autotrophic nutrition. Therefore the plants are called as the autotrophs. They are preparing their own food, so these are known as the autotrophs. And other words, the animals and other most organisms take in food prepared by the plants. That means plants are preparing, but that plants are eaten by animals and we also, that means human beings also. So that animals and we are called as the heterotrophs. That means human beings are there. We are the heterotrophs. We can prepare our own food? No, we can't prepare. Otherwise you will say that yes madam, at home we are preparing our own food by using cooker, tawa, etc., but that is not the actual natural process. That is the artificially we are preparing. But the main source of the food, it is coming from plants. So plants are the main source of the food. So who is preparing the food? Only and only plants. So we and animals are mostly depends on the plants. So I said that directly or indirectly we are depends on the animals. Sometimes we are taking the fish, meat, eggs, etc., this type of the concern animal food. So directly or indirectly depends on the plants. So these are called as the heteros. Heteros means what? Others. Depends on the others. So we and other, that means human beings and other animals, are known as the hetero. In simple word, what we can say? What is the definition of the heterotrophs? The organisms like animals and the human beings are depends on the plants, that means on the other organisms. These are called as the heterotrophs. So these are the simple concepts. And see, in the exam they may be asked what is the difference between the autotrophs and the heterotrophs. So we have to write the one definition and one example. So what is the autotroph in simple words? The organisms which can prepare their own food, that is called as the autotroph. And what is the heterotroph? The organisms which depends on the other animals, other things, other organisms. These are called as heterotroph. Autotrophic example, all green colored plants. Heterotrophs, animals and the human beings. So this is the difference between the heterotrophs and the heterotrophs. So afterwards we have to see that whatever this food is prepared by the plants, then from where they are preparing, they are having any type of the gas? No, that is not present. No. So plant structure, all of you know that what is present in plant structure: roots, stem, leaves, branches, fruits, flowers, etc. Correct? No. So after this we have to see that how these plants are preparing their own food, from where they are getting their material, that means the raw material which is required for the preparation of the food, then how this material is transferred from one part to the another part. Like this all concepts we have to see in the next process, and that is called as the photosynthesis. So now we may ask where the food factories of the plants are located. Is there any factory in the plant? No, there is no any factory. But then also there is no any type of the machine for the transportation of the food in the plant. Then also it is transferred. Then how it is possible? See, this is the all things of these other natural processes, and these are the important. So whether food is made in all parts of the plants or only in certain parts, you know where food is prepared mostly? Correct, in leaves. Correct, that is the most important part of the plant where food is prepared. How does the plant obtain the raw material from the surroundings? So surrounding means environment, and mostly plants are grow in the soil. So obviously the surrounding means what? The soil, air, sunlight, these things. So from this surrounding, how they are getting the material, or how they are getting the raw materials, means nutrients for their own growth, etc. How do they transfer it from the food factories of the plants? So how this transportation it is the present. So plants are also required the food material for their own growth. They are also required the oxygen, they are also required the water. But mostly the function of the roots to absorb the water. Correct? No. For what purpose? To transfer throughout the whole plant. But how it is transferred? Is there any machine fixed in that roots? As like our motor which transfer the water from our tank to the other tanks. No, that type of the system is not present in the plants. Then how it is possible without any machine? That means this transportation it is the natural, but how it is possible? And these all type of the things we have to learn in this chapter. So the next point for this, the photosynthesis. So in next session we will see what is the photosynthesis. Okay, up to that you can learn about whatever I have told now. Okay, bye.